What's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you one of our most awesome sets of exhaust, the wide profile upsweeps for the VT600. Our first step in installing the wide profile upsweeps is going to be to attach the brace to the rear pipe. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Take your brace in your left hand, put the bolt through it, take your included square nut, put it underneath this brace here, the bracket, and you're going to set the bolt right over that nut and start turning. That'll pick the nut up. You don't really need to tighten it with a bolt with a wrench or anything, excuse me. Just leave it finger tight so you can kind of move it around and adjust it once you install. And now let's move on to the next step. So first we're going to install our rear pipe, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now you may notice I've got some blue shop towels stuffed in the exhaust port here. The reason for that is because as I work on the bike, I'm grinding, there's dust, there's pubes in the air, things you really don't want to get inside of your engine. So just a simple bunch of blue paper towels stuffed in the exhaust ports is all you really need to keep the shit from not happening. Okay. Now there's something I want to show you guys. If you take a look up underneath here, and get in real close like, yeah, see this is your exhaust gasket. And you can tell it's the gasket because it's copper. It was in there super, super tight. So what I had to do is take this little tiny pry bar, get it behind the gasket and start prying it out. You can see it's mushing outward, but you may encounter the same problem. I originally went to use my pick, just a little auto pick to kind of scrape underneath the edge and pull it out, and that wasn't working. I snapped my other pick actually trying to do that. So you may have to give that gasket a hell of a time to get it out. Let's check the front. Great reason I buy Snap-on stuff now is because if I break something, I don't have to buy it ever again. I just call my guy and go, hey, I broke your shit. And he goes, I come down with a new one. No suit for you. No sockets for you. You break too many. You lose 10 millimeter every week. What's your problem? So this one's starting to give way a little bit. Now we get the pry bar in there. There we go. Beautiful. That's your front exhaust gasket. Now, if you look inside here in the port, you can see that that's metal right there. That's not copper. This is copper. That's not. A lot of people say, I got the gaskets out, and I've had a few of these come through the shop where someone's slammed in several exhaust gaskets to fix a leak, or they didn't know what was in there, whatever. But make sure you get all your gaskets out and start fresh. Moving on. All right, so now we're gonna get our exhaust gasket into the rear port. Should hold itself in just fine. Take your rear pipe, just like so. Line up the studs, and I tip it at an angle just to hold the collar in real easy. You can put one of these on, tip it back up. See how I'm taking the whole pipe and leveraging it upward just to hold the collar, because if you go in line, the collar just wants to fall off, just like that. So this is a trick of the trade, NASCAR approved. It's real race shit. And then the bottom, get our spacer on there first, and then the nut. And if you look at the collar and the head, you're gonna notice there is a gap between the head and the collar. That's on purpose, so that you can actually tighten the exhaust down into the engine. All right, now let's move on to the front pipe. Now we're moving up to the front exhaust, and we're going to install our exhaust gasket, and then our front pipe. You can see this clutch cable here is a little bit in the way, so I'm gonna make sure that's pushed down. There is a little retainer bracket here, which kind of sucks ass. I'm gonna need to grab my pliers, ta-da! And we'll resituate this bracket to where it's supposed to be, and then it can hold the clutch cable out of my way. And you push it down, there we go. Put your forward pipe in, put the collar right over those studs. First spacer goes on, then the nut. All right, now we do the bottom one. I'm gonna have the pipe sit out like that. 3/8 extension on a 13 millimeter deep wall socket, and I can thread that on by hand without having to get my fingers all up in there. And before I tighten it, we're gonna swing it down. Very nice, very nice. Notice I don't have a ratchet on this, I'm just doing this by hand. Next step here, after you've got your rear pipe and your front pipe on, I recommend getting some muffler and tailpipe sealer. This is real handy if you got real bad gas, you had a little too much of the beans at the buffet, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna take our rear pipe here, and you're gonna get a little wet or damp rag. Just get a little moisture on the inside there. Doesn't need to be a lot. There we go. Dabble do ya. And just get this spread nicely around the inside of that rear pipe. The reason you're doing this is to ensure that you don't have any exhaust leaks. You're gonna take your big old fat spacer here, stick it on that remaining exhaust stud. If you cut that off, well, that sucks for you. You can also weld one back on. We use this is standard M8125 stud, and that's the hardware we include, but if you choose to go with something else, just know that the holes here really are cut for M8 stuff. So now, I'm gonna take this guy, set it back here. Going to slide this onto our front pipe, nice and easy, and rotate back onto the stud, just like that. Take our rear pipe bracket now, get it onto the stud as well. Take one of our nuts. So you can take your rear pipe and start to tighten those rear exhaust nuts. Now, something that's gonna be very helpful, I should mention, on the rear pipe. If you look down below the rear pipe here, this can be a little troublesome to get with a socket as well as the top, because you can see it's not a direct shot to it, and you don't want to strip these out. So a set of crow's feet, you can get them down at Harbor Freight for dirt cheap. You go in here and it lets you turn these without screwing anything up. You don't have to modify some weird fucking tools. A lot of people, I guess, haven't heard of crow's feet, but a friend of mine recommended them years ago, and I have been a huge fan ever since because it let me get in places that I normally couldn't get to. This one is actually modified pretty heavily. You can see I've ground it down on some of the edges here. That's so I can get into some real tight spaces. Yes, I'm sure that does compromise the quality of the tool, but you know, whatever gets the job done. If you notice while you're tightening these, as you tighten them, it's going to move the exhaust up and down, depending on which side you tighten. So bear that in mind as you're setting things up, because right now I can still move the exhaust a bit, and if it was totally tightened down, I wouldn't have any room. So I'm not gonna go all the way tight on that, it's tighter, but now I'm gonna move to the front, get a little more tightness on that, we'll install our spring. Get a little more pressure on these, just a little more than hand tight, that's it. Now there's all kinds of fancy tools you can use to install these springs. I'm going to I'm going to use needle nose pliers, because I'm pretty sure most people have needle nose pliers. And when I build things, I try to build them so that you can install them with simple tools. There we go. And that's gonna hold your exhaust together. Now, we can set up the height and the angle of these guys. Look over the top of the bike. I'm gonna rotate this front pipe a little bit. Tighten this. Okie dokie, artichoke. That looks like the gem. Crow's foot. Beautiful. Final touch is the 3/8 wrench. I'm gonna come behind our rear pipe right here, and we're gonna tighten this little guy down, which is holding the rear pipe brace. Now, it does not take a lot of pressure to tighten this little guy down, all right? So you should turn off the dad hat light. There we go. All righty. And last but not least, before you start your pipes, it's important to wipe off any fingerprints, any smudges, any grease, anything at all that you don't want being burned into them for eternity. Because what often will happen is after you install pipes, your greasy hands are all over them, you dripped grease on them, someone sneezed, your dog puked on them, whatever, and you start them, it's there forever. So that's a hot tip for the day. You can wipe away any of this extra sealant here with some paper towel or whatever you have. So we're ready to start. Wide profile upsweeps, as you can see, and they make noise. They sound like exhaust. Pretty cool, huh?
And that's what a motorcycle sounds like, kids.
That's how we install our wide profile exhaust upsweeps for the Honda Shadow VT600. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found the video helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe the same way you slap your buddy's ass after a good ride.